Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SGLIVE 2024 Super Metroid Any Percent Tournament. We have a race between Stashio and mohcue, another old route, new route showdown. I'm Raison. I'm here joined with Exact Science. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Raison. Thanks for asking. Just watched and calmed one really hype race. Excited for another one, another PRKD KPDR old route new route showdown. Really looking forward to this one as well.
All right. I'm just going to make sure the runners know that we're ready, and then we can get started. Oh, oops.
So yeah, I mean, I think that both of these runners just like extremely strong at their respective routes. Stashio, I believe, is recently got his 43 in KPDR, which is an absurd time, especially for someone who doesn't moonwalk. And we mohcue, a recent member of a new member of the 42 club in PRKD, and this promises just to be super exciting.
For sure, yeah. And what I'll say for Stashio is during the qualifiers, Stashio played within like 20 seconds of his PB like several times and stuff. And so with that sort of consistency, the new route runner really needs to not make any huge errors or else they can easily, fall behind the old route runner, even if they technically do have the route advantage.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like I was saying with the last match. KPDR, the routing is slower because you do have to do those 2 visits to Norfair. But it's a much more consistent route. There are a few like major pain points where you can lose huge amounts of time at once, whereas that's basically all the new route is. So
Yep.
all right. So I believe our runners are underway. So we'll be seeing that come up on Restream in just a moment. And waiting for that missile to disappear.
Oh, Stashio moving around.
No, English versus Japanese text, the first very important choice our runners have to make.
mohcue with the early advantage with the Japanese text on, so we'll see how that plays.
All right. So getting going on every runner's favorite part of the game, Series Station. We're going to see just some pretty like similar movement. I imagine runners are just going to try to get through, make the best they can of whatever steam RNG they're given after this Ridley encounter here, and then head down to the planet so the run can actually begin.
Yeah, I think series in a race environment is more about disaster mitigation than trying to
Mm-hmm.
get a 47 or whatever. Although I'm sure there are plenty of runners that are capable of getting a 47 in a race. I don't know if very many are trying because you're just trying not to lose too much time.
Yeah, and so it's like Stashio 56-1X versus a 5604.
It's exciting. We don't know quite how good Stashio's pace is because the last number's cut off.
Yeah, keeping us guessing as always. All right, and so mohcue coming in with a high 44, Stashio with that 45-7X, both perfectly good series times. The fact is, the important thing is we're off of that accursed station, and it has blown up. We never have to see it again. All right. So, all right. So, Stashio looks like it looks like our runners are actually pretty well synced up. Both getting control of Samus at like 2:15 off the ship. mohcue actually going to make up a few seconds here from the jump because we see a moonfall here, whereas Stashio is one of the holdouts in the community, does not use that moonwalk and therefore does not use the moon falling.
No cheap falling for Stashio.
Both runners making quick work of pit room as well. Very nice. And all right, now we're gonna see the first most important thing of this early game section. Got a pink morph ball for both of our runners, so no advantage either way out of the gate here.
Score is currently 1-1. mohcue with the Japanese tech, Stashio with no moon cheating. So we'll see how the score updates as the race goes on.
All right, both doing that down back and nailing it. Very nice strat there. And yeah, so it looks like only about 2 seconds separating the runners here. So we're gonna come up here to one of the first really obnoxious rooms in the game, the climb and then the parlor. I tend to think of that as the worst 2-room sequence in the game, just because it is so easy to just make a mistake in either of those rooms and end up losing a second or more.
Right.
mohcue going for pit boost, Stashio not. So we're going to see a ledge grab climb here, and then out of Stashio, also a ledge grab climb.
Double ledge grab climb. We'll see if Stashio can make a bit of time here. mohcue taking a little bit of a fall.
And Stashio going left side here. So yeah, this is here like an illustration of one of the things that makes Super Metroid such a cool speed game. You know, not just the differing routes here, but there are so many ways to do every single room that every runner can really play around and find their own unique fingerprint. Looks like a 447 bombs touch and a 449 bombs touch. But yeah, you can really find your own distinct play style. No 2 players are ever going to play exactly the same. And, it's always really interesting to watch like what decisions each person makes. And I just really love it. And gush a little bit about the game.
Absolutely. And mohcue, unfortunately, getting a little bit of issues on both sides here for BT, but they both got it in a decent amount of time. mohcue accidentally grabbing every missile drop, and Stashio distributing the missile drops well, but just missing one. So, yeah, but they ended up getting out there around the same time in terms of like the difference between the runners remains the same, even if they both made a little mistake.
Yep, both 2 rounding. A nice little 2-round cleanup. And looks like mohcue is going to be going for this door bonk Terminator, normalizing the movement through the room to be able to just shoot all those gamers. Stashio going for the faster but slightly less consistent arm pump Terminator.
Another thing I'll point out really quick, you'll see mohcue rolled away from the door and then back towards it. The reason for that is you cannot afford to get hit by that waiver in PRKD. Like, missing health can just be a death sentence. It opens the opportunity for none of those pirates to drop missiles. None of the pirates drop missiles. Then when you come into Green Brinstar, sometimes the Zeelos don't drop missiles if you're missing health. So he took it safe there, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Like the energy management here in this very first section of the PRKD run can be really brutal and very punishing, just like so many things about the run. And yeah, Stashio able to just like go through, whereas mohcue had to farm a couple of missile drops to open this door, because Stashio was able to just not missile the pirates, just run through. And less than a fanfare apart here.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, accounting for Moonfall, this is pretty even in terms of the quality of play from both runners. So that's cool to see.
All right, and so mohcue going for that golden mock ball, shooting the Rio in order to delay it slightly, be able to make a slightly lower jump and mock ball faster. Stashio going for that impossible Keiko ball and nailing it. And Stashio down back 0. Okay. Same strat there for both runners. Grabbing the charge missiles. I expect we'll see both of our runners picking up. I don't think the same set of missiles. I think Stashio gets high jump instead of wave. But I expect we'll see 2010 for both.
Yeah. No real reason to skip wave missiles in a race setting, I don't think.
No, I mean, I personally don't think we should at all, but that's just one girl's opinion. All right, nice bug boost. And here comes our first major divergence.
mohcue going for the slightly riskier but slightly faster red tower and nailing it.
Stashio going down.
Stashio entering my least favorite KPDR room. And he's good. Hate that room.
Oh, man, that yapping maw. Both of them, but on first visit, I mean, I guess both visits. That first one is just the worst. Just the worst boy.
Yep.
Nice fast entry. And then the mohcue actually going to skip that first cac drop, be able to get through the room a little bit faster. And so yeah, we're coming up to some of the first big moments for both routes. Stashio about to do his trade fight, get Barrier Suit. mohcue about to reach the moat here.
It's pretty cool that these routes kind of have like their first big like time loss like at the same time.
Oh, definitely.
We go 2 for 2 here. Uh-oh, CWJ setup.
Oh no. And
nice.
Oh, nails it. Very, very cool.
Stashio, perfect.
I think Stashio went for the lag reduction there too. I was too busy focused on whether mohcue would get that gaslighting CWJ. Gonna kill the Ripper there to get it out of the way, make sure it doesn't get bonked.
Yeah. So the reason for that was he fell in the first part of Ocean, and that Ripper is global, so he can be in a kind of a weird spot if you're going for the mock ball. So I just didn't want to mess around with it, so I just had to kill him.
Yep. Yeah, definitely faster than falling in the deep ocean. All right. So now mohcue going to be coming down. Going into our Fantoon fight. Looks like a 10:29 Fantoon door. Very, very strong time.
It's respectable, especially for a race environment.
Stashio, as expected, not getting that crate tank.
Early flame hit from mohcue. Uh-oh.
Yeah, needs to be a little bit cautious here. Has only one more hit to spare at the moment.
This is... Alright, he needs a... Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, good. This is... Landed right on it. Yeah. You and me both, buddy. You and me both.
Yeah, that was... Oh, I think he just barely clipped that flame with like his toe. Those flame hitboxes can be really, really brutal. But this is something you love to see, just picking himself up, dusting himself off, starting from the ship, and just keeping going. You know, it's a race. Anything can happen. Like we said earlier, Stashio is running the more consistent route here, but there are still things that can go very, very wrong in KPDR, and can really take you by surprise. So, no, like I really respect mohcue's choice to just start over and see what he can do with this still.
Yeah, my philosophy is play until your opponent proves that they're watching the restream. Like, if they don't ever save, then there's no reason not to just hope they die too. But if Stasio starts saving, we might see him start to, I don't know, take it slow or just wait to see what happens. Because, but if that never happens, if Stasio is just only paying attention to what he's got going on, then mohcue's not out of this.
Right. And so yeah, Stashio, meanwhile gonna go through and do his shopping here in Upper Norfair. Looks like yes, he did in fact collect those high jump missiles. So we'll be seeing him spark over the missiles in mode. His supers are a little bit low here. We'll see how he gets treated by the bugs, leaving speed. You want to have at least 3 supers. Leaving speed bugs if you can. 2 is usually okay, but you are kind of depending on drops at that point.
What are the implications of having really low supers in KPDR? Like, where can that start to bite you?
So first off, you're going to end up losing some time somewhere here in the wave beam part of the run. You'll have to missile at least one of these doors, which is slower, either that door or the door actually to wave beam. And then if you get unlucky with farms, you need to have 2 supers going up the elevator to Red Tower to get enough drops from the cack attacks to have 4 for the Criteria wreck ship segment, because you need 4 to super the 2 green doors and the Ghidorah while still having 1 to be able to finish off Fantoon. Exactly.
So, in this situation, Stasio needs 1 from a drop somewhere before he starts that segment, or is there a guaranteed one before then?
He can get a guaranteed drop from King Cack, assuming he doesn't skip that.
Right.
He ended up missiling both doors just to ensure that he had the 2 supers that he needs at the elevator here.
Got it. Gets 1 from Nova anyway. And Sova.
Yeah, that's always how it happens. That guy only gives you a super when you don't need it. But I mean, a 3rd super here is nice. If you have more than 3, the only real extra positive is that you can get a big energy from the last cack attack. 3 here puts you at 5 going up the elevator to wreck ship, which is definitely nice, but not as important as having 4.
Right.
Right, and so I imagine we'll see stashiocat as is normal for 3 tank KPDR. Just skipping this Alpha Spark, just going to do the reverse scree boost. I don't know offhand exactly how much time it saves to do that, or it loses to do that. I don't think it's not very much, but it is a non-zero amount of time, maybe a couple seconds, second or 2. But it's not something that's generally going to have a huge impact on your run. The health that you would lose alpha sparking is much more. Very
nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, you'd love to see that strat. Stashio also got another super somewhere. Must have been from one of the Sovas in Business Center.
Well, he farmed one of the bugs that come out of the tubes in Red Tower, and I believe it gave him a super.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would do it. But yeah, so if he wants, he can get an extra health here from the top cack attack. He also has the option to just skip the drop, depending on how comfortable he feels with his energy through the spark across mode. He's going to farm. I think that's a good choice, especially in a race.
Yeah.
All right, and now Stashio coming up to his moat in Ocean. In KPDR, this is less likely to be as big of a pain point. Mistakes are still possible, time loss is still possible, but you don't have to worry about like either that very precise set of inputs for the bomb jump or the one frame into 1 or 2 frame CWJ that often feels like RNG.
Mm-hmm. Stashio also opting to just do 2 sparks, doesn't go for Ocean Fly, and tries to save health on the second spark by just jumping out.
Yeah, would have been nice to save 1 more energy there. Right now, he can only survive 3 hits from Fantoon. 1 more energy would allow him to survive 4 because Fantoon does 20 damage if you have Various Suit. Nice little speedball here. And you, while it's like not, the fight is less dangerous, you're less likely to die with Varia, obviously, but the more energy you have, the more aggressive you can play this fight in KPDR, the more bonks you can reasonably take from Fantoon. So here, as we saw, Stashio also doing that on-screen X Factor setup, and like taking 2 hits in the process. So it's like
50 HP should be pretty safe here, though, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
there we go. He's fine. I think he probably would have liked to have gotten
Oh.
1 more missile drop before the end of the fight, just to guarantee that all of those tier 1 drops were going to be health. So we'll see what his resources look like here. 135 is not. It's not great, but it's doable. We'll probably see him skip the damage boost, leaving supers. But 24-5 is very strong here. Well, so mohcue looks like this time will be horizontal bomb jumping across the moat.
Yep.
This is a very cool strat. I love seeing it.
Oh, okay, so this is interesting. mohcue missed that one because of a frame perfect right input that is much more common on box than controller. And for those who don't know, mohcue plays on box. He posted in the main SM Discord about it a couple weeks ago, I want to say. Oh, I'm missing the backup CWJ, unfortunately, but
Beautiful ballistic attic from Stashio as well.
nice.
Yeah, if you like you said, if you frame perfectly switch directions in Morph Ball, you kind of do that weird little floaty thing. And it will mess you up with something like this because with the HBJ, your timing and positioning on the bombs are very important. Makes it across though, very nice. Ooh, the good spark too, sparking into the Chozo statue's head so that he can just morph immediately into the hands. And now Stashio gets to take a little bit of a break for about 30 seconds during this bowling cutscene before he collects gravity and heads to Meridia.
You know, I would say, obviously, from like a how good is this run standpoint, the whole run's interesting. But for how competitive is this race standpoint, I think we're coming up to the most interesting part where we'll see if Stashio saves before Dragon. If Stashio doesn't save before Dragon, we have one last disaster to fade, main disaster to fade. Things can happen in Lorne Warfare as well, but it's the next thing I'm paying attention to from a race perspective.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, the Dragon fight generally it's scripted, and if you can keep it on script, like you'll get through all right. But it is definitely possible to get a little unlucky with your shine sparks. Ooh, very nice air Doppler. Mohcue back for revenge here on Fantoon. Yeah, it is possible to get that chain damage from Dragon. Getting the rare slow, unfortunately, because Fantoon is running scared.
Oh no. If a
All right.
flame drops right on his head, I'll be so sad. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, just takes it safe. Just tries to get him off the screen.
Yeah, just missiling him 3 times immediately to make him disappear.
Another rare slow.
Another slow punish.
Fantoon
Are
is
you
so
kidding
evil.
me, Fantoon? Oh, I hate this guy.
Yeah. Bad
Um,
Fantoon day for everyone, I think. Stasio had a good fight, but for a lot of runners, just not being nice.
yeah, I think yeah, Tim and earlier having to like really improvise that double X backup even because Fantoon did not give him a super. All right, I think so with mohcue staying still here, I think perhaps
This is my strat. You play the early game and you wait to see if they're safe before Dracon. I think this is optimal. I think this is optimal play from mohcue sitting in Fantoon's room.
um all right. If he does decide to continue, he does have perfect resources, so that's something.
Mm-hmm.
So Stashio with 91 energy here can take depending on what hits him can take up to 2 hits from Botwoon before going into Health Bomb. I think we're going to see the new morph setup for the X Factor here as well.
I love this morph setup. It changed my life. And he's going for a damage-less spot wound.
Very nice.
Very good.
Supers?
Pretty good
What?
resources.
What in the world? Oh, Yahtzee! Let's go.
The best trick in the game.
Love.
Does he know he missed this first one? He does. Okay.
All right, so going for the full halfie here. Or jump, I believe.
Looks like Happy.
Yep, standard halfie. Still gonna save some time. Save a little energy for Dragon as well.
Uh-oh.
And Stashio is just going. All right. So we will see what happens here.
What a unique way to missile the turrets from Stashio. I don't know if I've ever seen someone pull the left one first.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of people who do it. I couldn't tell you who else off the top of my head. I know that I've seen it before, but it's definitely the uncommon way of going about it.
Tim in chat saying Eddie does that too.
All right, nice little rain dance setup from Stashio.
Ah, and he's safe.
All right. So getting that fast goop, cleaning up in 2 rounds, and the spike suit, very nice. And so Stashio going to get space jump, one of the big divergences between the route. PRKD does not enter this room, just because the price of the door transition and the fanfare is just space jump at that point in the run doesn't save enough time. Whereas here in KPDR, having it for the back half of Meridia, which you don't even do in PRKD, and for Lower Norfair particularly, just saves more than enough time to make that fanfare and 2 doors worth it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stashio almost getting that mock ball there. That's a very, very tight trick. And all right. So now we've got
Biggest moment of the run. Here we go.
Yep, here we go.
Oh no!
Oh, missing the ledge grab, unfortunately. That trick is very, very difficult. It's a very tight window to get that shine spark, and also you probably weren't able to quite tell in that moment. that ledge is also terrible. That top one, it looks like a 45-degree angle slope. It's actually a square slope tile, so you have to. There's actually a whole like corner that looks like it's not like solid tile that you have to like get up onto, and it's so foolish. All right, Stashio going for the Spiriax setup here in Plasma. Very cool strat.
His resources seem decent.
Yeah, I think he'd like to see a couple more power bombs, because having full power bombs coming down to these crabs guarantees that all of them are going to drop you. Basically, guarantees they're going to drop you big energies unless you get majorly scammed. But as long as if failing that, we want to see at least two power. We want to see two power bombs. We don't want to see at least two. If we see three, then that's probably means that Sashio did not farm properly, because the third one you kill significantly after. All right, there's one. All right, so we got some energy. This is one of those situations that should be fine. Stashio goes southern route and will farm a power bomb underneath ice, but that will put him, if he doesn't farm any of the violas, which I kind of expect we won't see, that will put him at 3 entering Lower Norfair, which will mean that basically he has to get Pillar Spark. Oh, missing the jump, unfortunately. But like again, another attempt at a very cool, very difficult strat. Dodging blue and then space jumping through that though. But picking up our ice beam, this will definitely be, unless Stashio gets extremely bullied by Ridley, this will be the last item we'll see picked up in this phase.
Did go back for the power bomb there, which kind of messed up the end of the room, but not a big deal.
Yep. Yeah, I think maybe his shots at the very beginning of the room were just a little bit off, but like leaving with that power bomb is important enough that he went back for it. Also, his energy is looking very solid here. Sergio definitely got 20 missiles, right? I keep seeing him with 15, and it keeps making me nervous.
Now I'm starting to wonder. Yeah, 15 is he's been a 15 for a while, so I'm not actually sure.
Did he skip the high jump missiles?
No,
All right.
no, I think he got high jump missiles.
Okay, well that would, because he definitely got wave. Because wave is, if you're gonna go 15 in KPDR, you still get wave missiles, because it's actually slower in the room to skip them, because you run right through and jump across the room with more speed. But now we're going to see Stashio charging a shot here to kill these pirates. That looks like it might be slower, but because of how much lag it reduces here in the room, it actually saves like over a second, close to a second and a half.
Yep.
Oh my word.
It's I don't know who came up with that strat, but it's the new KPDR worst room strat that all the cool kids are going for. Pretty interesting.
I believe that is a Kishmo special. Did he just go for YOLO jump?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if he missed a space jump or if he went for the YOLO jump and missed it, but
I think he just missed a space jump, but I didn't quite see.
But yeah, that's worst room strat is like very, very difficult, but it's really fast. People get a sub 9 with that, which is absurd in that room.
We saw another example of killing enemies to reduce lag. That room, it's even more lag you save. It's like 2 seconds of lag you save by killing those key hunters. So.
Yep. It's like if you use 2 power bombs and don't kill the key hunters, you get about 3 seconds lag of total 3 seconds of total lag in the room. If you kill 2 of them, you get about 30 seconds total. So you also can get to farm a couple of drops if you kill them. So yeah, just another example of how, KPDR does have the slower routing. Man, this Violas make this room so laggy. KPDR does have the slower overall routing because of those 2 Norfair visits, but like anytime there's a difference in strategy in individual rooms, KPDR's is faster, often very much faster. Alright, now we're seeing Stashio's Ridley fight here. 20 shots. A lot of swoops, which is something that generally you like to see here.
Ooh. Very clean, but having a little trouble getting picked up here. There he goes.
That was really weird. He almost looked like he was going to go into a pogo for a split second at the end there. Yeah, Ridley's a jerk in every category. Stashio's skipping most of the drops here. Okay, so yes, we do have 20 missiles. He just happened to be at 15 every time I looked.
Very dramatic amount to just be stuck at for a long time. I wonder.
Especially when it leaves me. I was definitely watching mohcue's screen, I was watching mohcue's screen because that was his first Fantoon fight, I believe, when Stashio got the high jump missiles, so I missed it and was just kind of second guessing myself. Did he actually get them? He must have, right? But did he? Very nice. And so another difference here, because of plasma, you are able to use a power bomb here, which is a little bit faster than having to do the bomb init because you can just hitbox through that top key hunter with bomb. And this is one of being bullied by the boulder there, but that's such a fun.
Stashiocat famously good at that room, actually. I think he has one of the fastest, maybe the fastest room time in there. I can't exactly remember, but very good at that room.
Yeah, he has going for the mock ball, so we're gonna see the pirate kill here, or the key hunter kills here. Missing that last one slightly, taking a hit, but 163 leaving lower Norfair. With 18-9 even, Stashio is in a really strong place for resources. But yeah, Stashio in Firefleas either has the best room time currently or like the second best. Beef Robber may have bopped him. Shout out to Beefy.
I think Beefy's always complaining about Stashio bullying him in that room, so I think Stashio has him beat.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so, yeah, now we get to see some more of the power of Space Jump coming up as Stashio does that Meridia revisit. One of the interesting subtleties of Space Jump in air, like people like to complain about the way that it works in air because you have to release jump and start falling for a very specific time. You have like a 20 frame window to do a space jump after falling for about 20 frames. Whereas underwater, you need to release for only as many as 5 frames before you can do your next space jump. So you can kind of just go like we're about to see Stashio do. Just just space jump over and over. And it really makes that underwater movement butter smooth.
No need to farm or anything because his resources are completely fine here.
Yep. We'll see him. We might see him get a drop from the key hunter. I kind of doubt it. He'll get a couple of drops from the green pirates. They usually don't give anything good, but they might give him a little bit of extra energy. But a 166 is plenty going into that first Metroid room. As long as you have enough to safely have the middle two Metroids latched onto Samus for a couple of seconds, like you can group them up with the last Metroid in the room. Generally, they will give you a good chunk of health that'll help you basically coast through the rest of the Metroid rooms as far as energy. Very nice. Love that strat. All right, getting 30 extra energy here. Now we're in very good shape. Probably would have liked to get a super there, but 7 supers at the beginning of turn.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, Stasha is like, this is 44 pace. This is like within 20 seconds of his PB pace. Seems like every run this guy is just consistently 44 every time. Pretty cool to
Yep.
see.
Yeah, consistent runner running a consistent route. Like, this is what you get. Just really, really a joy to watch, even if he missed Plasma Spark. We can forgive him for that because of how sick the rest of this run has been.
Mm-hmm.
We would anyway, let's be real. But it certainly helps. Right. And here we go down into our Metroid rooms. Yeah, Space Jump also allows for some really, really sick movement through these Metroid rooms, so we'll see what Stashio is able to pull out here.
A little
Okay.
unfair, but it's alright.
Alright, yeah, now gripping this. Oof, those are some good drops.
And now that he survived M1, we're not really worried about drops here from a race perspective because you can just reset M4 if drops are just like absolutely terrible in this room or something. What we're looking for now is if Mother Brain cooperates.
Yep. Alright, so here we'll see. I kind of expect him to missile with 8. Yeah. If you have, it's like, depending on how ambitious you're feeling, generally you'll see people missile with 8. Always, you'll basically always see people missile with 7. With 20 missiles, you need 9 supers here leaving the room. Otherwise, you lose time because you have to open doors and refill. Getting a little close to kissing that hopper there, but probably just keeping us on the edge of our seats here. Oh.
Free jump. I don't know.
I don't
You got
know.
it. You
Oh,
got it. It looked close.
oh, wow. Yeah, that was definitely not far off from a baby grab, but I mean, that's his skip, and Stashio's the one who like first like turned that into an actual strat, realized it was faster, and changed the face of Turian forever.
And with this save, the race is basically over. It's what he needed to do, and he did it. So
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see Pistachio. He just does the standard Zeb skip here, a little bit slower, but definitely more consistent, more forgiving than that swaggy down back skip. Freezing these Rinkas to keep them from respawning. 4, 5, 6, 7, and down goes Mother Brain 1. And so yeah, nice with Plasma Beam. This will be a nice 20-shot fight here. Like we've seen, Mother Brain can still throw something at you that you might have a hard time dealing with, but especially with that save, I'm not really concerned about Stashio here. All right. And here comes Ketchup.
nice. No second catch up.
Single catch up, very, very nice mother-brain fight. He missed one shot. And yeah, the single catch up is very nice. So, yeah, I'm the worst at remembering how much time is left in the run when Mother Brain Rainbow beams you. But yeah, I think this is
I'll
like a
know
high
after
44,
MB3.
high 44, low 45 maybe. I'm not sure exactly what Stashio's escape looks like, but a very, very strong performance regardless of the exact time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so while we're watching this baby cutscene here before Stashio gets his hyper beam and absolutely shreds this brain. Just a reminder to everyone out in chat, if you're not already, please give our runners a follow. Both Stashio and mohcue are amazing runners at this game. And Stashio doesn't stream quite as much, but when he does, he puts on a good show. mohcue streams a bit more and is again very, very good at the PRKD route. And if you'd like, follow us on commentary as well. Raison is another very excellent PRKD runner. I'm okay at the game if you want to follow me, but if you want to see the really high level play, follow the other three people here.
All right, let's see. It looks like 44 is just out of reach here. This is like a
Oh,
very low 45.
okay.
It's like 45.03 or something.
That's still, for a race setting with KPDR, that's still a phenomenal time. All right, so we get the Shine Spark up here, taking damage, jumping through to fix the door and be able to iframe through this pirate. Taking the faster left side approach. Stashio is one of the early door shooters. Can just run off here. Not moonfalling there is not a time loss for him because he doesn't moonfall. And just a couple more rooms here.
I don't think that'll make it around. He'll probably just land here. Yep. All right. With a time of 45.06. That's what it looked like.
Yep.
45.08. GG's to Stashio.
Yep. Very, very excellent race run by Stashio here. Just I love seeing high level KPDR, especially because you don't see it as often. A lot of people, once they hit certain threshold, there's a switch to PRKD. Stashio is somebody who just has not done that. Has been a KPDR runner basically the whole time, which really, really phenomenal to watch. And we are joined by Stashio and mohcue here in the comms booth. Welcome in. GG's to you both.
GG.
Yo. Yeah, GG. Sorry, the race didn't seem to go that well. I don't know what happened, though.
I died to Fin2.
You and me both.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
Classic PRKD. But yeah, I did appreciate that you went back and at least got back and got your revenge. That yeah, I really appreciated that. Show that ghost who's actually boss. But yeah, so I would love to hear both of your thoughts on the race. I know that Mohcue, you did have that unfortunate encounter with Fantoon. Did you start watching the restream after that point?
No, I had Stash's stream open. I just restarted play to Fantoon again, so in case he dies to Fantoon 2, I could pick it up again, but he didn't.
Yeah, I was actually playing it really safe, and I didn't even know you died. I took an extra hit, in where did I take a hit? To the dragon, leaving like in single chamber revisit, and my health is really low. So I just started like farming, and then I just safety sparked, just to be safe. I mean, for all the safeties I did, my health was still really low on Fantoon, and I actually went into beeping once. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you entered Fantoon on 80 health. And yeah, I made a comment that I think you would have liked to have sparked for one last frame on your Ocean Spark.
Yeah. That's fine though. I mean, Fantoon's really not a risk. I very, very rarely die. But I mean, things can go wrong. So in a race, I was just trying to preserve my health as much as possible.
In keeping with this theme, Stashio, when did you realize Mohcue would die? Because you didn't save before Dragon, and so I just figured you weren't watching at all, but then you did save before Mother Brain. So was it somewhere between those two?
At Gravity. I mean, I'm just not really afraid of most of KPDR. I mean, with Plasma Beam, it's pretty safe. I mean, things can go wrong, and if it happened, it happened, but I don't know, I'm pretty confident in, like, Meridia and Lower Norfair.
Gotcha.
All right, so pulling up the bracket here, Stashio, it looks like you are going to be going up against Mr. Guy Average, one of the other KPDR holdouts still left in the tournament here. How are you feeling about that match? That's, I'm sure, going to be a really exciting one to watch as well.
That's actually awesome. I didn't know the winner faced MGA. No, happy if I'm going to get eliminated, I'm happy to have it be against another KPDR runner. So that'll be sick. Although the last time I raced MGA, I beat him because he died on Mother Brain 2, I think, or he got a turret sniped or something. I don't remember. Either way.
Can you and MGA agree to a person who hits Plasma Spark actually wins the race, regardless of the result?
I mean, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, thanks for trying for me, Stashio.
I should have had that.
It was close. It was close.
I mean, I definitely had it. I just missed that ledge grab. I could have played that. I could have played that ledge grab safe and gotten it. So I should have. I don't know why. It's just like muscle memory.
Yeah, but what a great run to watch still. Like I was saying, I love that high level KPDR.
I was happy. I mean, the run, I played pretty bad, but I was also playing very safe, so I was definitely treating it more like a race than a PB run. But I was very happy to get the 3-jump baby skip. I think that's only the third time I've gotten it in a run. I'm like 3 for 5 on it, which is pretty good.
Nice.
As for you, Mohcue, do you have any other thoughts on this race or the tournament in general or anything else?
Well, what I have to say, the death on Fantoon was absolutely my fault. I was going for a 3-round and then just muscle memory took over and I did the air doubler finish and then I died. That's absolutely my fault, not like RNG. Yeah, and have a nice race versus MGA. Hope you win.
Thank you. I mean, I hope I win too, but you know, that would actually be kind of cruel. Actually, you know what? I hope MGA just has a good run for once, because I feel like every tournament he does, he gets himself eliminated. So I hope he doesn't do that.
Yeah, and thank you very much for commentating the race, Razon and Exact.
Absolutely.
Of course.
That's all from me.
Yeah, appreciate the comps. Thank you, both of you, for signing up and doing it. And Mohcue, yeah, sorry again about what happened. You've definitely been killing it, though. in your run. So looking forward to seeing more from you.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think that's gonna do it from us today. Thanks again to the racers. It looks like we don't have any more races coming up this afternoon or this evening, but stay tuned. The tournament is still very much not over. We've got some banger matches that have yet to be scheduled. And so with that, I'll turn it over to you, Raison, so you can close us out here.
Bye. I'm just kidding. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks again to the runners. Despite what happened, it was still great to watch. And good luck, Stashio, in your next match. And that's all for me. Bye, everyone.